What is up, ladies and gentlemen? John MaClain. I picked some great clips from TikTok, so you're gonna probably want to watch this like the whole way through. And remember to subscribe and like.
Famous mysteries about iconic people that remain unsolved. Marilyn Monroe's death. In 1962, Marilyn Monroe was found dead at just 36, officially ruled as a drug overdose, but theories suggest foul play, with claims that her ties to powerful figures led to a cover-up. The missing brain of Albert Einstein. After Einstein died in 1955, the doctor performing his autopsy took his brain without permission, hoping to study its secrets. But instead of being preserved for research, pieces of it disappeared for decades. Some fragments resurfaced, but parts of his brain are still missing. The disappearance of Jimmy Hoffa. Jimmy Hoffa, a powerful union leader, vanished without a trace in 1975. Many believe he was targeted by the mafia due to his influence, but despite decades of investigations, his body was never found. Elvis Presley's death. Elvis Presley's 1977 death was ruled a heart attack, but fans refuse to believe the king of rock and roll is gone. Over the years, sightings of Elvis have fueled conspiracy theories, with some claiming he faked his death to escape fame.
I just came from the dispensary and now I'm walking to my neighbor's to get eggs from her little stand over there. I'm buying eggs on the street and weed in the store. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
What's going on, America? What is going on? We love it.
So TikTok,
You always doing the TikTok.
What?
You always doing the TikTok.
I can do what I want. I pay my bills. My bills are paid.
Dang,
Don't do that.
Okay, dang.
Just messed up my whole little video, but now I gotta restart it.
Perfect. Right on the words.
Mexican people work hard as hell, man. I gotta be honest with you. Dude, I went to a funeral of a Mexican guy. He climbed out of the casket, dug his own grave hole, and then got back in the casket, man.
I don't fuck with you. You little stupid ass bitch, I ain't fucking with you. You little dumbass bitch, I ain't fucking with you. Got a million trillion things I'd rather fucking do than do be fucking with you. Little stupid ass, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't give a fuck about you or anything that you do. Don't give a fuck about you or anything that you do. I heard you got a new man, I see you taking a pic, then you post it up thinking that it's making me sick. I see you calling, I'll be making it quick. I'ma answer that shit like I don't fuck with you. Bitch, I got no feelings to go. I swear I had it up to here, I got no ceilings to go. I mean for real, fuck how you feel. Fuck your 2 cents if it ain't going towards the bill. Yeah, and every day I wake up celebrating shit. Why? Cause I just dodged a bullet from a crazy bitch. I stuck to my guns, that's what made me rich. That's what put me on, that's what got me here. That's what made me this. And everything that I do is my first name. These hoes chase bread. Aw damn, she got a bird brain. Ain't nothing but trilling me. Aw man, silly me. I just bought a crib, 3 stories, that bitch a trilogy. And you know I'm rolling weed that's fucking up the ozone. I got a bitch that texts me she ain't got no clothes on. And then another one text, then your ass next. And I'ma text your ass back like I don't fuck with you.
What do you guys rate that? That was pretty good. He's kind of shy, but he has feelings too.
Nobody don't ask me, I'm just so fresh and so clean. Oh, gotta get my butt all the way to the back. No more.
This is crazy.
Steak cheese on.
Have you seen what this guy got out in Australia? This is quite possibly the best metallic orb footage we've ever seen because he gets up close and personal with it.
I saw it for a second. Where'd it go? Ladies and gentlemen, coming around the bend is a sphere. It's like the sphere in your mind. This looks like it's in real life, though.
These metallic orbs are being seen all over the world. This footage just came out a couple days ago out of Australia. I'm not too sure the gentleman's name, but just like Colombia, this metallic orb is all over the place. It's not a balloon, it's intelligently controlled. But this time, when the guy was following it around, When it fell to the ground, he was able to run up on it and get this amazing photo.
Are you kidding me? Look at that. If that is real, that is the best picture photograph captured of a sphere. An orb? Very, very intriguing.
Are there any drug dealers hiring for a receptionist or something? I don't know. I just need a job that pays like $3,500 an hour.
Anybody else? How nice this looks. It's breathtaking. Is that... I swear I saw an orb in there. I think it was just a bird. Or...
I have no sex appeal, and it has screwed me up for life. Peeping Toms look in my window, pull down the shade. You have no idea. My gynecologist examines me by telephone. It is just...
Welcome to Avatar in real life. This is Zhangjiajie, one of the most unique landscapes in the world, and literally where the film Avatar was based off. There are literally thousands of sandstone columns sticking out the ground, wild monkeys which nearly attacked me, and there's even milk tea stores inside the park. Although the weather was pretty bad for me, this is still one of the most incredible places I've ever seen, so you need to check it out.
I would like to check it out.
This is one of the most unreal places, unlike anything you've seen before. With houses built at the side of a steep cliff, Huangxian Valley looks like a place straight out of an ancient fairy tale. These houses are accessible only by stairs, and at the top you can find a huge wooden temple that offers an incredible view of the surrounding nature. It's recommended to visit early in the morning to avoid the crowds and fully immerse yourself in the serene ambience of this place.
That is nice. Right? We have some more. So I'm a magician. Ha! They're dancing. That's cool.
This might be the most interesting old town I've ever been to. Bombay Beach used to be a thriving lake resort community in the 50s, and its lake, the Salton Sea, is the largest lake in California. But due to agricultural runoff, the lake got contaminated and people abandoned the town. It's now filled with unique art installations and Burning Man-like art everywhere. Be sure to enjoy this fascinating culture and history, but respect the area and make sure to leave it better than how you found it.
Top 10 weirdest places on Earth you won't believe exist. Salar de Uyuni, Bolivia. The world's largest salt flat transforms into a giant mirror when it rains, making it feel like you're walking on the sky. The catacombs of Paris, France. Beneath Paris lies a labyrinth of tunnels containing the bones of over 6 million people. Lake Natron, Tanzania. This blood-red lake is so alkaline that it can turn animals into mummified statues. Socotra Island, Yemen, home to bizarre alien-like plants, like the dragon's blood tree, which bleeds red sap. Pamukkale, Turkey, a surreal landscape of white terraces formed by mineral-rich hot springs cascading down a mountainside. Door to Hell, Turkmenistan, a massive fiery crater that's been burning non-stop since 1971 due to a gas drilling accident. The Giant's Causeway, Northern Ireland. Thousands of hexagonal basalt columns formed by volcanic activity, yet it looks like it was crafted by giants. Mount Roraima, Venezuela, a flat-topped mountain with vertical cliffs that inspired the Lost World. It feels like a piece of another planet. Cano Cristales, Colombia. Known as the Liquid Rainbow, this river erupts into vibrant colors due to aquatic plants in bloom. Antelope Canyon, USA. A mesmerizing slot canyon with flowing sandstone curves that create otherworldly light patterns.
This is one of the coolest places I've ever been. This was where the Inca practiced a sort of proto-bioengineering. This was their experimental laboratory for trying out new crops, and the temperature difference from the bottom of that pit to the top can be as much as 10 degrees Fahrenheit. And they imported topsoils from all different regions of Peru to right here in order to try to grow new and different kinds of plants. The Inca really valued biodiversity in their crops. They had over 1,000 varieties of potatoes. They also built extensive irrigation here. Like, this thing is a marvel of modern engineering. This is at 11,000 feet in the Andes Mountains. This is not a place where it is easy to grow crops, but the Inca, they did it.
That's cool. I'm gonna try that. Don't doubt me. This is that one place. It's pretty tight. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's beautiful.
Ogni volta che va male ne dobbiamo parlare.
What if that was AI?
You may think these images are from the movie Avatar, or perhaps some other distant Earth-like planet. It's hard to believe these places exist on our own planet. Here are 15 unbelievable places that actually exist. Number 15. Underwater Waterfall, Mauritius. Mauritius is known for its idyllic beaches and crystal clear sea, but there's an unbelievable phenomenon at the southwest corner of the island that appears to be an underwater waterfall. Despite how it looks, this isn't actually a flowing region of water, but instead an optical illusion that happens because of the seafloor structure. The island sits on an ocean shelf which is no more than 500 feet deep. At the edge of the shelf, however, it soon plunges down to depths of almost 2.5 miles. And what you're actually seeing in the underwater waterfall is not water falling down into the abyss, but particles of sand that are being pushed over by the current. Number 14. Glowworm Cave, New Zealand. New Zealand is one of the most scenic countries in the world, but beyond the peaks of the mountain ranges, the deep valleys, and the glaciers are a series of caves that seem to have come straight from a fairy tale. The reason for this is because they're home to glowworms, which are the larval forms of a species of fungus gnat that are endemic to the country. Known locally as titiwai, which means projected over water, the bioluminescence that's produced in the insect's abdomens is designed to attract prey, and happens as a result of a chemical reaction between a luciferase enzyme and a molecule of luciferin. It creates one of the most stunning sights that you can see in the natural world, and makes for a magical boat ride through the cavern when thousands of the glowworms are active. Number 13. Tianxi Mountains, China. China, Tianxi's mountains in the Hunan province are some of the most unusual mountain formations in the world. Covering an area of around 17,000 acres, they're made from quartz sandstone and first began to emerge from the earth about 400 million years ago. The subsequent erosion of the rock has created these skinny mountains, which reach a peak of 3,976 feet and are named after the legend of a farmer who led a revolt against an oppressive regime who called himself the Son of Heaven. When the mountains are covered in mist, there's something mystical about them, and it's no surprise they were the inspiration for mountainscapes in movies like Avatar, and are one of the most popular tourist destinations in the region. Number 12. Grand Prismatic Spring, Wyoming, USA. The stunningly colorful Grand Prismatic Spring is in Yellowstone National Park and is the largest hot spring in the US. It's bigger than a football field at about 370 feet wide, and with a depth of at least 160 feet, you could fit a 10-story building inside it. The spring is fed through a crack in its floor, through which is
all for entertainment purposes only. Remember to subscribe.
This towering artwork raises urgent questions about how humans use land. High-rise campsite Nature City by Dutch artist Willem de Haan is an 11-meter structure made from a metal scaffolding with tents and other camping gear on each platform. First presented in a rural field, the artwork reflected on the ongoing debates around using land for agriculture or preserving nature. When it travelled to Amsterdam, it took on new significance in the densely populated city, with stark competition for housing and fewer greener spaces. By contrasting the permanence of apartment buildings and the transience of a campsite, Willem de Haan asked what sustainable development could look like.
It's pretty cool.
Places you didn't know existed in the US, Part 7. Okay, so they call this scenic farm region the Tuscany of the US because of its dune-like hills. It's called the Palouse. It's located
It's called a wallpaper.
on the Idaho-Washington border and has endless miles of rolling hills. So if you're a photographer, you might want to move this to the top of your bucket list. Share with your travel buddy.
Great wallpaper.
This man found the coolest place on Earth. It just looks like he's doing a video breaking ice, but once he pans the camera up, the view is insane. And the Minecraft music just makes it so magnificent. Humans really saw this and made Talk Tua.
Look at this. Would you go in there? Probably seek a professional first before you... You know what? Entertainment purposes only. Look at these places, though. It's not too bad. Which one would you pick? What do you think about this? I think I read this is a town with no cars. I don't know if it could be AI. What do you think? Is that real? I got some more. I think it's AI. It's got to be AI. Right? Yes. Definitely AI. Valeris, the City of Starlight. I think this is a movie, a video game. No, a book. Yes, I remember it. So they're imagining Valeris, which I believe is in a book. It's a beautiful city, Valeris. It's a little familiar, doesn't it? Does it? Check this place out. Cotswolds. I think I said that right. Would you visit this? This would be an awesome place to visit. Get some really good photos, some video. Do a podcast. What? I don't even do a podcast. I've done one for college newspaper.
It's highly likely that you've seen pictures of the Cotswolds all over the internet, so I came to figure out if it's just as lovely as it's made to look in the pictures. We spent 3 days exploring this amazing region of the UK that stretches from Bath to Stratford-upon-Avon. As we made our way into the Cotswolds, we stopped in Bath, but we stayed in Stow-on-the-Wold and then did a road trip around the Cotswolds from there. Though there are tons of beautiful towns and villages in the Cotswolds, it's impossible to visit all of them. Here's a quick list of the most frequently recommended towns to visit in the Cotswolds, of which we went to a few, but we weren't even able to get to all of them in 2 days. Castlecombe, which is considered by some to be the prettiest town in the UK, Tetbury, Bibbury, Burton-on-the-Water, Upper and Lower Slaughter, Bath, Stow-on-the-Wold, Chipping-Campden, and Stratford-upon-Avon. Again, those are just some of the most popular ones, but the great thing about the Cotswolds is that it's a region with tons of small little towns for you to explore and get off the beaten path. I did feel like the majority of what there is to do in the Cotswolds is to look at things. However, there were some fun activities we did that I would highly recommend to you. You can go shopping at a bookshop to get a nice souvenir book from your trip, visit the model village in Burton-on-the-Water. Of course, in Bath, you can visit the famous Roman baths, and yes, they are absolutely worth it. There are some great walking trails in the area that will take you through cute little towns and into the countryside. You could have a lovely afternoon cream tea on the water, and make sure you go to Dalesford Organic. It's an amazing farm shop. We found that there was good shopping, quaint little streets, great bookstores, delicious food, beautiful scenery, lovely history, wonderful pubs with cozy corners. It really is a great place to visit, and I highly recommend it if you're going to the UK. It really is as beautiful as the pictures that you see online.
Looks beautiful. I want to go. Let's go. Let's all go. Who's paying? Not me. I could probably send a letter there. I could afford that.
Important. Was there ever any retaliation from the ETs?
Well, there has been apparently retaliation, but we shortly after it was Roswell, and I discussed this in the book. Basically, we have a low intensity conflict going with some of these ETs. By the way, some of the ETs are incredibly friendly. They're our kindred. They look just like us. In fact, people are concerned that they're down here on Earth and we can't tell them from regular human beings, even with gene tests. So that's another issue. But they're actually quite friendly. But the little short gray guys, they're bad news. And part of their retaliation apparently is cattle mutilations.
Interesting. How many people could be housed in that? I mean, they kept it up, right?
Imagine this. It's October 11th, 1973, 9 p.m. They're fishing on the banks of the Mississippi River. Guys are having a grand old time. Next thing you know, you see a blue orb coming down the Mississippi River. Initially, you think it's the police. What turns into a blue orb becomes an egg-shaped craft. You and your buddy are in a state of shock. You can't move in overwhelmed fear. The craft door opens up. 3 beings come out. Surround you too. Your buddy passes out. You can't move because you're so freaked out. Then you show up inside the craft on a metallic table, not knowing how you got there, and they're examining you with this eye thing that seemingly seems like it's going through your whole inner body. Can't move. Then they probe you through your eye. You're having fat flashes. Are you in high school? Beneath the bleachers? That first kiss? You're going through your memory, one after the next. You hear a faint noise in the distance. Thank God is your buddy still alive. You can't move, you're completely locked in. You hear a faint whisper in your mind saying everything's going to be okay. We're only here to examine you. Next thing you know, blackout. You show up on the bank. Your buddy wakes up. You're covered in mud and dirt. He looks over and says, "Oh God, they're going to come again. Gotta get out of here." So you guys run to the police, freak the hell out. Of course, the police don't believe you, right? They leave you there in the room with your buddy while you're talking. They leave a recorder there. At the moment, you guys didn't know you guys were being recorded.
So down bad back, you know, about that later, that right ago, I had been through enough of hell on this earth, and now I gotta go through something like this.
It was called the Pascagoula abduction. Charlie Hickson at the time was 42. Calvin Park was 19. Both passed a lie detector test. Both had medical evidence, or rashes all through their body, symbolizing almost like a radiation burn. Also, one of the men had a liquid residue coming out his ear. There were eyewitnesses accounts on that Mississippi River. Do you guys have a story? Tell me in the comments.
I remember that story.
There's nothing I feel.
I don't know how that got in there.
Thank you. This is how I look. Mind you, this is a Google Earth car. Are they gonna find this on the internet?
They're like, no.
In your dreams, if you've seen a glass dome, floating roads, crazy architecture, and like super tall buildings, you might actually be viewing a classified location. I'm trying to describe this after just reading it because I have no idea really what I just read other than the fact that it's nuts. Apparently there's so many people that are having the same dream that there's like NSA, CIA type people that are whistleblowing saying like, oh yeah, like we know that this is going on. And then something in my head's like, well, why would they care about that? Like, does this mean that like somehow thousands of people are like tapping into being able to remote view a classified location? Because every single person has described it the exact same way. And everyone's been like, oh, I've been there before. I hope that I tap into that somehow because I'm curious to see what it looks like. But has anybody had the glass dome with floating roads, crazy architecture, and super high buildings dream?
Yes, I have. I was hit by a car while I was walking. The car was going about 55 to 65 miles per hour. When I woke up, I was frightened because I was somewhere else. I really believed it was like a memory. And there was a military high-ranking Marine next to me. And he's like, it's okay, you're back now. you were somewhere else, but you're back. I've seen it in the field before. You were on that morphine and everything for the pain so much, and you're just so drained. You tapped in. You were just somewhere else. And he said, write down every time you go there because people are going to want to hear your story. And I've been to this place where there's extremely tall buildings. I've been to another place where it was like flat and there's a huge distance between everything. There's another place like a dome where I was like floating. It's crazy. Like, it seems crazy, but it's not. And then I actually have visions. Another day, another video. And remember, entertainment purposes only. If you haven't, please subscribe, like, and that's all I have for you today.